Hello, Russ Samlin again with Benprise. So today we're going to talk about Industrial Age 4.0. So we've been through various industrial ages. If you think about it, in the early 1800s, that was when the cotton gin was created. The textile industry really emerged. Steam engines began to be used for industrialization. You saw Great Britain become a major power because of the first industrial revolution. They were able to produce more and move away from an agrarian society before anybody else really did. And it really helped Great Britain to become a giant empire for the next 100 years. So then you don't see another great transformation until about the time of the Second World War, in 1940-45, with the advent of the transistor radios. People had radio shows going in the 1930s and 1920s, and you had telephones emerging, early stage telephones. The transistor, though, really changed everything. And then in the 1950s and 60s, you started having the very large computers to increase productivity for mankind. You had very rapid transportation changes with automobiles going faster and faster, with air trains or air travel and space travel, shots to the moon. So things really became interlaced with the computers and the transistor, and they kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There's a big thing that was talked about in the early 90s and then all the way up until the 2000s about Moore's Law. Moore's Law talked about how the transistors and the power of the computers, they would double each year. And that continued for I don't know, a good 20 years. So then what happened was the internet happened. In the late 1990s, I remember dialing up to AOL, hearing the modem sound, which many of you probably have never heard and never will hear, but it was something quite different. But it was the first time where commerce started happening, where people were doing things online. I was honored to work at Dell at that time, and so I was there when the internet age really exploded and the internet sites started going off and the dot-com bubble happened, and then in 2001 there was a bust. Well, that internet age was the third iteration of the Industrial Revolution, according to many professors. Now we're moving into the fourth Industrial Revolution. So what is that? Well, it's the configuration and conflagration of all these previous technologies all combining. So what does that mean? Well, now you have a computer, you have a phone that are linked together. So you have an iPhone now. And with that iPhone, then you can mash together things like apps that will allow you to use GPS from a map to do things like Uber, for instance. You needed to have a maturity of the telephone and the internet and the PC all into one in order to have this gig economy that we have now. So why does this matter? Well, we don't know what's going to happen as soon as 2 years from now. We don't know, because things keep getting mashed together. So it's a really exciting time to be alive and to be helping customers. We don't know how we'll help our customers in 2 years, but I do know this: Benprise has a pulse on what's going on, and we'll be there for you. So we help you to map out your customer touch points. We help you to figure out how to meet your customer where they need to be met. Customers now want to be able to interact on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Facebook. They want to be able to talk to us and order things and get service on their mobile phone, not on a telephone so much anymore, but talking to us with their device. So Benprise helps companies to leverage all that power to be able to have a better customer experience with people, while still helping the people, the legacy generations, who still want to have their telephone bill sent to them on a piece of paper. I was talking to a gentleman at COPC today, and we were talking about all the changes in the industry and how his 92-year-old mother in Nova Scotia still wanted to get that phone bill by paper. So you've got to be able to do it all. You got to be able to do the second generation and third generation of technology for people that still prefer it. But you've got to be ready for the millennials, the Gen X, the Gen Y, the Gen Zs, all the people doing all the different interaction points that are out there today. So Benprise, we can help you do that. We can help you deploy AI. What's AI? Sounds scary, right? Sounds like Terminator. Well, AI basically is helping you with technology enablers. And you have it in your hand. If you have a phone, it's Siri. You can ask Siri something, and machine learning has taught Siri to give you some predetermined answers that have been proven to be correct through machine learning. So that's an AI. AI has been around for a long time. 20 years ago, you could call a large company and spell out somebody's name or type in their extension and you would be transferred. So that was the fledgling of AI. 10 years ago, I had a friend who set up a company that's a great company, TDS, shout out to John Kaplan, who had an AI, and we didn't call it AI. He basically did testing, automated testing of people for candidates to help the right candidates be presented to companies. Well, that's really taken off now. It became Versant, and it's a huge deal now. So that's AI in a nutshell. And Benprise can help you to deploy AI to do your job better. Things like Watson from IBM to help you to communicate through a live chat. It's called a chat bot, so that your company can actually communicate with your customers through this machine learning apparatus that'll give the right answers that you preload. So right now, I'm working to put in about 900 different decision trees that'll tie a web chat, a live chat, a chat bot. So it's an interaction where you're talking to this chat bot, and it's like you're talking to a customer, and it's got, or a customer service agent, and it's got the 900 different workflows that ties to the CRM. So you get a seamless interaction with your customer in WhatsApp, in Facebook, in Twitter, any kind of chat that you're doing. It'll be the same kind of experience for the customer to get them the right answer every time. Now, a lot of people say, Russ, wait a minute, that's my job, right? Well, let's go back 110 years ago, 120 years ago. In the 1890s, late 1890s, there was an industry for people making buggies. A buggy was something that was a carriage that it didn't have an engine in it. It had a horse in front of it. And so people made these buggy whips, and people made these buggies, and people went around all over the place in buggies. Today, they get around in cars, or they work from home now. We'll talk about that maybe in another episode. But in 10 years, those same people that were making the buggies, well, they were making cars. They were making, I don't know if it was a Model A or a Model T for Henry Ford, but they were making cars instead. So do I think people will lose their jobs? Yes. I think that a lot of people are going to lose their jobs in the next 5 years. But I also think a lot of people are going to gain jobs, and they're going to have a better quality of life. So for many of you youngsters who are saying, well, what kind of job can I get? Just pay attention to IoT, the Internet of Things. Pay attention to AI, to machine learning, and look for ways to develop your skills in those type endeavors, because there will be a lot of people that need to do the programming in those areas. And maybe you're not a programmer, but at least know enough to be able to understand where the opportunities will be. And also deploy Benprise. Give me a call. I'm waiting by the phone to help you. I can help your company to be ready for what's around the corner and to interact with your customers today. I can help you to find your customers. I can help you to have the touch points of your customers and increase your customer experience, your quality with your customers, increase your sales, service, and support. So I'm here for you. I'm here to get this scary AI thing and this scary industrial age 4.0 into a demystified kind of opportunity for you. So please contact me. I'm here to help. Thank you.